pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do roll call?
Doobie?
Yes.
Bach? Yes. Spangler?
Yes.
Wellston? Phillips?
Yes.
Browning?
Yes.
Okay, any public comment? All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes of last meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Any correspondence?
No, sir.
Any reports? Old business?
Yes. I was gonna ask, with the cash disposition that we're gonna be doing in the water department, I know I'd asked you before, but I really don't understand why we don't just go ahead and do that with building permits and zoning and just make it across the board. I know with rec you can't because of the way they need money. That's job doable.
So if you guys don't mind, let me spend another week on this, because we were kind of debating our way forward with this. We had a meeting today about it, and so we might change some things. Obviously, taking some public comment, we were listening to some people talk. We might do something different there. So let us follow back with you.
Are you talking about the whole thing or just?
The whole thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody have anything else? Anybody have any new business?
I have one question too. You gonna shoot me now? Dave, a while back right after you first come on, we talked about, you talked about the evaluations for employees and job descriptions, and you said that'd be ready about the first of the year. Where are we with that?
And I still have some work to do.
Okay.
I ran into quite a bit of some other things.
Mhm.
I'm not there yet, but I have started with some evaluations. John Robbins, actually, the police department's been doing it
Right.
for the city.
The city
And
employees,
that's
right.
also part of their union contract for them to be evaluated.
Okay.
We got some. He's working just to highlight some stuff. He's working on in the past, like before us, there hasn't been much of a training record or training cycle tracked, and he's working on that now. Working with Rachel Kaufman. They're putting together a plan on how we're going to move forward with it. We've conducted training just last week. We did some training, so we are. It is moving in the right direction, but it takes time. It's a lot.
Right.
So, but it's not a lot of people doing it, but a lot of work to get done. So.
Okay.
They're working on it.
I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No,
but
that's
I
fine.
had talked-
No,
Okay.
that's what we're here for.
Anybody have anything else? Okay.
Third reading of ordinance number 2025-88, an ordinance approving additional appropriations in the EPA OWDA water plant project expense lines from the EPA OWDA water plant project revenue line.
Any discussion? Anybody want to make a motion?
Motion to adopt and pass.
I'll second.
Doobie?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Spangler?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Browning?
Yes.
Third reading of ordinance number 2025-89, an ordinance authorizing journal entry corrections to the city's financial records.
Any discussion?
Make a motion to adopt and pass. I'll second.
Doobie?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Spangler?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Browning?
Yes.
Second reading of ordinance number 2026-03, an ordinance approving additional appropriations in the Officer Blue Fund and the Drug Enforcement Supplies, Materials, and Maintenance Fund.
Okay. Mr. Mayor.
All right, guys. If you pull up the blue pamphlet you have here, for everyone following along at home, Mindy will get this onto our website, and we will also be turning it over to the newspaper if they want to broadcast it, or if they'll put it on the Facebook page. We'll have it to them also. But anyway, let's go through this. Basically, a state of the city, if you want to call it, just something for us to review, to look back at the year, look at where we're going, and the things that's happening here. It's crazy. Mindy spent a day just putting the stuff into this file for us. There was just a lot of information. When you try to put a whole year's worth into one little document, it's a lot. So we'll go through it here. So code department, the big takeaway from the code department that when we look back on it, 9 homes in 1 year. That's a lot for Wellston. 9 homes in 1 year, it's a pretty good improvement. I will tell you, a lot of that came this year as part of the efforts that we did over the last couple of years, demoing out properties in neighborhoods. 2 of the homes for sure that I know of got built on properties that we demoed old homes off of. So that program is absolutely working, and it's going the direction we want it to. So that's really good news in the code department. Parks and Rec. So, Parks and Rec, it's new, guys. It's a lot of work, a lot of growing pains. I promise you, we made probably 100 mistakes this year. I don't know, but it's on a path. We're figuring it out. We're getting better at it. Give us time, and I promise you, you're going to keep seeing improvement. Kate Smith is doing an amazing job. She's very dedicated to it. She's spending a lot of her, more than she should be spending time on it. She's doing a great job, and it'll start getting easier. That's what we was talking about. Like, even the OU trip that they did last weekend, it had some hiccups, but she learned from it. And next year when she does it, she's already got notes for next year on how to make it better. And that's just how we'll just keep improving as we go. And I know you did the ball fields for years.
And it changes every year.
That's an issue. That's the other. Every year something changes. But if you look through the things that she did there, the baseball tournaments, pickleball had 22 players for the 2026 season coming up. Basketball, soccer, volleyball. We brought back the volleyball program, got it running again. Down below on the second page, you see the tournaments. These are what we already have listed for the 2026 season. She's active, guys. She's staying active. She's getting the community active. She gets us up to the senior center, to do chair volleyball with them. She's constantly. She's bringing in workouts. I believe she's wanting to start here in the next month. She's going to start a workout program, working with actually one of our auditors. But she's very active. She's I would say making our community better. It's something that we should be proud of as a community.
I do have one question.
Yeah.
Her pay, is that a set salary?
It is.
Is that something we should look at, maybe make it a pay scale or something that gives her incentive to stay instead of?
We should. I would say let it, within a year, I'm hoping that we're going to have it out of the red. Right now, she lives out of the general fund.
Sure.
I'm hoping within a year we'll have her out of the general fund. And I've already told her this, like, then we'll approach maybe trying to move her salary a little bit more in the right direction. She is, if you remember, I forget the range we set it in, she's at the bottom of what we set it at. I would say that maybe in a year we do need to compensate her, because she's hustling, guys. She's out there. So we definitely do not want to lose her. So it's been I would say very productive. And this change, I think it's something that we can get behind. We just talked about it today because they wanted for the website, for the Gus Mac, they wanted us to do like a thing to put on the internet describing our city. And we kind of went the path of we used to do coal, and I was like, no, man, we need to leave that part of our past. It's not that we're ashamed of our past.
Right.
We need to forge a new future. We need to be the city people come to for recreation. People come to for tourism. We need to make our downtown something people want to come to, and we got some things now to draw people. We need to start capitalizing on it. With the addition to the bike path, we're gonna be able to go from the campgrounds all the way into town. There's a lot of good things, so I think we need to change the way we're looking at it and change our future. So,
Our perception.
yes, yes, yep. We need to start changing that narrative a little bit. Next up, our street department. So the one here, and feel free if you need these, you think you want to point out. Big one there you really got to pay attention to is 277 tons of asphalt. That's by us, guys. That's by hand. We don't have an asphalt machine. That is literally, they shoveled 277 tons of asphalt. That is a crazy amount of work to do. That is, mostly when you say that, 95% that's going to be pothole repair of some sort. But that is an absolute ton of asphalt to do by hand.
Several tons.
Actually, 277 to be exact. The 90 tons of stone in our alleyways. So every year we kind of move it around the city, but we just keep doing alleys all around. But 90 tons of stone in our alleys. It's a lot of work, guys, and them guys they get all the praise in the world from me. Today during the snow, kind of a quick snow. It came down really fast in a very short window. They got out ahead of it the best they could, and then they ran till it was clear. By lunchtime, our streets were good, but it was a very fast snow. They did a great job. Water and sewer, arguably the worst job in the city. These guys are out every time it gets freezing cold. It seems we get a water leak, and they don't get a break all summer either. But 101 yards after after line repairs, 118 sewer plugs with the Vector truck, 118 water leak repairs. Guys, it's a busy crew. They spent the year hustling every year. I mean, this is, and don't think when we talk about the street department, these are not monstrous crews. We're talking crews of 4 or 5 people. These are not big crews of people. This is small packs.
Anthony,
Yes.
how do the water leaks compare to like last year? Do you know?
I'd have to pull the numbers and get it for you.
I was just curious.
Still going to be similar, but I'll have to pull them and get you the. We stay very confident about that range. So.
Okay.
So our meter department, that's Dusty Burns, if you don't know him. He does a lot. What was it? The work orders locates. 1,500 locates. So when you call 811, that guy that comes out for the city that marks where the water lines are, that's Dusty. That's who does it. 1,500 times he did that. That is a lot in 1 year. So you got to figure there's days when he works 4 days a week. There's days he has to be going out to at least 20 of them a day, on top of whatever else he has going on. So that guy, he stays busy. Dusty stays extremely busy. Garbage, 2,983 tons of garbage. We've gotten extremely efficient at garbage. The sidearm truck has made us to where we're profitable. We're no longer losing money. We used to fund the garbage department out of the general fund. We no longer do that. The garbage department funds itself. It bought its own garbage truck this year. The truck that we bought, it paid for its own garbage truck in cash. We didn't have to finance anything. The garbage department is extremely efficient. One guy does it. Occasionally we have to send out another truck or a double route or something like that. But for the most part, the garbage department is a one-man show. And it is extremely efficient. Infrastructure. This is the one, thankfully you guys gave me the leeway 4 years ago when I was service director. 4 years ago. God, I lose track. We created the infrastructure department. That is the guy, those are the guys that are going out putting new stuff in the ground or putting in new sidewalks or whatever they're doing. They're the ones who do that. A lot of water lines. As you see there, you see the footage here on the water lines they've done on Vermont, Illinois, Michigan, Illinois, 2 Illinois, I guess, 200 foot and 800 foot. They did Blamer Field for us. And this ain't the stuff that they do. There's other things they do in addition to this stuff. Right now, I believe you're tearing down a house with the infrastructure crew. These guys, I mean, it's a Swiss Army knife. Every person on the crew does they're in a skilled labor position for the city, and every one of them brings something to the table. And they obviously get it done. Feel free to forget anything. I'm just burning through this real fast. City mechanic, that's another thing we added. That was not here 4 years ago. You guys made that decision. We moved forward with it. The mechanic, Wes is amazing. He's been with us since he was our first. He's been with us the whole time. Wes is absolutely amazing. He has been, I would say, not only a mechanic, but he's also helped out with, when we had the project down here at the Cannon, or if we have a street light that needs welded, or he just does it all for us. Absolutely an amazing guy. He keeps us moving. All right, Wellston Fire Department. Right here. 449 calls, 30 structure fires. More importantly than the numbers, there is 0 related deaths or injuries. So we have, I would argue, don't let Ryan know I said it, but I would argue we have the best fire department in Southern Ohio. Very few departments have what we have. We're very fortunate that the citizens have voted to keep our levies on. That allows us to fund that. But we have a world-class fire department. There's pretty much nothing they can't do. From hazmat, swift water rescue, standard fire department stuff, the guys are amazing. So please feel free to read through our training academy. Once again, we're the only ones around outside of the state. Then they got the college over there, I guess, but in this region. But our training academy stays busy year-round. Between the trainings they've done, they actually, if you look through the budget this year, which I know we just covered it, but they over doubled what they expected to bring in profits this year, teaching classes, and hazmat response. So it's an amazing group, and they are absolutely hustling all the time. All right. We do have John Robb. So we got our police department. John gave us the role there. John, you want to speak for your police? I'm sorry, but I don't want to take your. You want to speak to it?
I can.
Yeah, please do. Yes, sir.
So I've got our year-end activity summary. This thing on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It touches on it in this slideshow that you were given. I've got a more detailed one that I think is going to come out by email to each one of you. That's going to break down the calls for service by call and by when we received it, prior to the dispatch move, and then after the dispatch move. And I did that just to kind of try to correlate any numbers that may have been extra or reduced because of the switch. And honestly, it's about the same. And then you'll also get a spreadsheet of each arrest, each offense, and how many arrests per month for a total, and then our vehicle lists as well. But we answered 3,825 calls on the year. It's about par for the course. That's about what we maintain every year. It's about 10.5 a day. That's gone down a couple calls per day over the last few years. And I think that's just because our guys have been hustling over the last few years trying to get the drugs and stuff off the streets. And we're kind of seeing the benefits of that right now until the bad guys get back out of jail and it starts all over again. But yeah, I would say that we had a year of ups and downs, and it's actually more downs than ups. I mean, we started in when Blue got hit by the car in March, and then the dispatch switch. Well, no, before that we had a guy leave to take another job somewhere. That was in early April, so that put us, one man short, and that it took us about 2 months to fill that position. Then the dispatch switch happened, so we were trying to feel our way through that. And we're still feeling our way through it and finding different things that we can do differently, different things they can do differently. They've been delightful to work with. So, I mean, we don't have any problems at all. It's just a learning process. Then after that, we had everybody's familiar with the terrible incident we had at the end of October, or the end of August of this year. We immediately went down 3 officers that day, and we're still fighting to recover from that. So we've replaced one spot. Another guy's set to come back next week, and we're still awaiting some resolution on the 3rd guy that we lost that night. I just wanted to take the opportunity to publicly commend all of our police officers and their families for stepping forward and showing up when our citizens needed them the most. We were faced with a ton of adversity and suddenly shorthanded, like I mentioned, 3 police officers that night. Each one of them voluntarily adjusted their schedules and their way of life without even having to be asked. They did this facing the uncertainty of the coming weeks and months, all while mourning the loss of a friend, a coworker, a brother, and mourning the injuries to the other officers that were involved. The dedication and commitment that they showed to our city and the residents shouldn't go unnoticed. And I just wanted to publicly thank and mention Sergeant Warrens, Sergeant Shong, Detective Kimmerling, Patrolman Yodernachek, Patrolman Wilkes, and Patrolman Davis for going above and beyond for several months in a time of need for our department. I think we're really lucky to have those guys here, and we've added one to the mix since then. So, all things said, we're in good shape. We're rebounding, and like I said, we're lucky to have the guys we've got.
Thanks.
All right. So, yep, and the next page there covers a little bit of what he was talking about, the numbers. But yes, it was a rough year, and John did an amazing job. And what would arguably probably be the worst year of his career, I would say. It's up there. So, it was a tough year. So they bounced back well, and they're doing an amazing job. They never stop doing an amazing job. So it was a tough year for the police. Thanks, John. So at the end there, we put the grants, to close it out there just so you can see what's going on, where a lot of the projects are right now. So these are grants that, through this city's been here. I know Dave hasn't been here very long for some of these, but these are all ones between me, Mindy, and of course Stacy when he was here. These are the grants that we've done. These are the grants that we have going right now. These are all active. Did I write it on this one? I wrote it on the one downstairs. It's $21 million worth of grants we have running right now. Half these are literally going in the ground down at the water plant, or it's Blamer, or it's getting ready to start down here on Ohio Avenue, or it's Newark Avenue, which we've already started. Guys, when I tell you we're chasing the money, we chase every dollar we can find. And it really, honestly, we started going through it, putting the list together. We was like, man, this can't be right. We started just going through, we had to call DLZ to get all the numbers correct, because man, it was more than we thought. You just don't realize just how many just pile up over time. So there's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot to be excited for. I think over the next year, 2 years, you're going to see a lot of change. A lot of these grants just take a while. From when you get them to when they actually award them to when you actually get the money, then you got to go through the engineering phase to the start phase. It's just a long process, and I know it seems like we've been at it for 3 years now, but it just takes a long time to get these to their head. So they'll start, and I mean, obviously the water plant's going in the ground right now, so they have started, but it's just it's a long process. So I'm excited to see if this is going to be a big year for us. We're going to have a lot of projects coming up. I don't think the water plant I don't think we'll flip the switch on the water plant this year. I highly doubt it. But it's going to be up. By early next year, we will have the lights on. So it's exciting. So it's an exciting time. If anyone would have told me how much work a water plant is, I gotta say I might have rethought it. It is an absolute nightmare. But it's something we had to get done. So we're excited to get it done. And we're excited to start the Pennsylvania. We just found out yesterday we're in very strong contention. We're going to get another 22,000 for the engineering for phase 2 of the Pennsylvania widening project. So that should pretty much get us all the way through the engineering on that one. And then after that, the next will be going after CDBG money, and we'll be trying to hit up ODOT to get money to actually do the project. So that's what will be coming next for that one. But we're working, guys. And if you have any questions, please take those home, review them, redo the numbers. And you all have my number. Reach out to me with questions or anything you want to talk about. We'll go through it. We'll have it online. Every bit of this will be on. Mindy will post this to our Facebook page, to our website. We'll give it to the paper. Nothing's a secret, so we'll put it all out there.
I found a mistake on here under the B. Take off the first line for, I think I put archaeological study for RV park. That needs to go off. In addition for that, under review, we have an art grant for 1.8 million. So the application's still under review for that.
So you mentioned lots. Remember we talked a while back about some kind of program, coming up with a program to.
We got to work through the details. So we started, as we learned with some of the stuff we wanted to do, legally we can't do.
Okay.
So once we started looking into it, but there are some options we can work with the land bank to make them happen. So that's what we're looking at now. That's why whenever we kind of hit the roadblocks, we had to look for other avenues. But we are, we're going to look into some tips.
Because we have a lot of lots. We have several lots around town that
we do.
People can build on it.
Absolutely. Yep. So we're looking at those. We're going to look at some options for that, and we're going to look at some options. Just some TIP funding out there. I'll explain it to you once I get more details myself. But it's basically to help build subdivisions. It's help to get grant funding to help build subdivisions. So we're going to look at some options in that arena also.
Thank you for putting that together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mindy worked all day on it.
Good job, Mindy.
All right, as Anthony mentioned earlier, we are tearing a house down this week on our own. It's a abandoned property. We've had problems with in the past. It's at the end of 11 East C. We started on it Wednesday. It's on the ground. We're cleaning it up. We've done it ourselves. Looks like we can do it for about half the price of the contractor. So.
And we need to make sure we thank Rumpke for the dumpster.
Yeah, Rumpke is working with us. They're just charging us basically the gate fee for the trash. They're not hitting us for the dumpsters or anything. They want our business. They're willing to keep working with us. So that happened, and we're going to do a trailer next week to see how that goes and what the price we can take one there.
Where's the trailer?
Connecticut, I believe.
It's not the one we were talking about last week.
I can't remember which one we talked. I've got like 5 trailers I'm dealing with, so I
Minnesota.
apologize.
Where's the one? It's on.
No, D in Minnesota's.
Yeah.
D in Minnesota, no, not that one.
That one's land bank.
Yep.
Okay.
That was going to the land bank. The other thing is, Anthony mentioned earlier, been working on some training records. We had a visit from BWC and found out we weren't compliant with some of our training and our record keeping there's very little in the way of training records. So we've been working to get that up to date, working on a policy to get in place. We're behind on our incident and accident reporting. We had to get a process in place. All that stuff's done. We actually have a meeting with BWC next Tuesday, which will close all that out. The only other thing we got, the phase 1 of the water plant, they actually got the excavation completed and the floors poured so they're out of the mud. So that project should move along fairly quickly now.
Dave, with the Bureau of Workers' Comp, are there any penalties or
No,
anything
ma'am.
as a result of that?
As long as we did remediation, we were fine. That's why that became a priority to get everything done.
It's the first time we've had anything, so we're not like repeat offenders. So
No, they come in, and as long as we put everything together, we present it to them. There's no penalty.
we will absolutely be compliant.
We will
We
be.
didn't know we were. So
I
can
know it
assure
can
you
be
we'll
costly.
compliant.
Thank you.
Is that all?
That's it.
Nothing? We have nothing from the auditor, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the clerk's report?
No, sir.
No treasury report, no rec, no fire, no zoning. We already had police, unless you have something in addition?
I don't have anything else, no.
Okay, we wanted to do a little executive session for personnel reasons. Does anyone want to make a motion to do that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Lost my little sheet. Doobie?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Spangler?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Dowling?
Yes.
727 personnel.